Hi guys, my name is Antos, and in this video I wanted to show you a quick little tip for anybody who has the BlackMagic URSA Mini camera or URSA camera, or really any camera that uses CFast cards, which are these little guys right here. Great technology, it's like a little miniature SSD, allows you to record a lot of footage at a really high bit rates and a really small format. The only negative thing, at least as of right now, is that they're still, because it's new technology, basically they're super expensive cards. So this is just a 128 gig card, and it's going to cost you a fortune. Depends obviously what brand and speed you get. And 128 gig card, if you want to record 4.6K, for example, RAW on this camera, it's not going to last you a long time. So that's why what I came up with is a little hack where I basically cheated and I make the camera think that I have a CFast card when in fact I'm actually using SSDs by just basically converting them, converting an SSD so I can plug it into the CFast card port up here. So let me just show you guys how I do it. So the first thing you're gonna need to build your SSD to CFast adapter is this CFast card to eSATA cable. This thing itself is really the most expensive thing, and right now depends where you buy it. Again, check the links in the description of this video or go to my website. But this thing will cost you around $60 just for this cable. But this is the crucial thing, and you only need one of those unless you want to have two hard drives connected at the same time. So this is the first thing, and then the other piece you're going to need is this. Well, it doesn't have to be this one. But it could be just any hard drive enclosure, like a SSD hard drive enclosure. This is the one that I recommend because it gives you a lot of power options. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that, because you are going to need to power your hard drive. So you're also going to need a hard drive, obviously, to record on. So this is a SSD that I used on the film that I shot recently in India. I shot in 4.6K on this hard drive in 24 or in slow motion, 60 frames per second in RAW, compressed and uncompressed, and I had no problems. So this disk is definitely, like I said, I can verify that it's fast enough for RAW recording and all the different basically modes that URSA Mini 4.6K allows. So if you buy this, you'll be safe. Here's another drive that I got, also from SanDisk, and it's very close in specs to this drive. It is this one records at 500 megabits per second, but because of that, I can record, for example, when it's not recording RAW, I can record on it. But once I start recording RAW, in 24 frames per second seems to not really have many problems, but I cannot do slow motion on this. So something to be aware of. So sometimes spend a few extra bucks and make sure you get one that's just fast enough. So like I said, at least 520 megabits per second. But anyways, I'm going to provide the links for the drives that I think are the best deal right now when they have the sufficient speed, which is, again, those links are going to be in the description of this video or also on my website. You'll notice it's like a nice enclosure like this, and basically here's where you're going to put the SSD. Now, next thing I wanted to show you is what this hard drive enclosure comes with. So as you notice, it comes with little screws to mount the hard drive there. Even comes with a tool, which is really cool. But more importantly, it comes with all these different cables, which will allow you basically to power this hard drive. So it comes with different cables that you can connect. Also comes with a USB 3 connection, which is makes it really easy for when you're trying to offload the footage onto your computer, or even if you want to edit straight from the computer, straight from the hard drive, I mean. And it even gives you this DC plug. You basically just stick this in here, so you kind of make sure that you check which way the plugs go, and you just kind of put it in there, slide it in, and that's it. And now we can screw it in the bottom here. All right. Now that that's mounted, next thing we do is put this enclosure. And we got to put one screw here, one screw there, so that the enclosure doesn't slip out. And now the cool thing is that you have all these different plugs here. So let's say you're done working with the hard drive and you just want to, connect this to your computer and offload footage. Well, you can use the USB 3 connection, and it comes with a cable. So you just plug that in there. The other cable, you plug it to your computer, and it makes it, like a normal portable hard drive. But if you want to plug this into your URSA camera, then you're going to use this eSATA to CFast, cable, and you basically plug that in here. Plug it in, and that's it. And then you plug this end into the camera. Now the only thing is, if you just do that, it's not going to be actually recognized as a hard drive, because this has to be powered. And to power this, you need a DC 5-volt power input, which you can use up here. And the cool thing is that they give you a cable, and that's one of the reasons why I like these enclosures. So you basically take this, plug it in here, and then this end you're going to plug it into a USB basically connection. So you could just use it like a portable, USB power bank, like for your cell phones and stuff. You could plug that into that and have it attached to your camera. But if you have a battery for your URSA, a lot of batteries these days have already USB in it. So the one I'm using right now is this battery from Maxoak. It's a nice, durable battery. It has a gauge here that shows you how much power you have. And then on this side it has a PTAP, but it also has a USB. So if I plug this in now, you're going to see that the light is going to go on here. And it's going to show me that the hard drive is powered. And there you go. So now if I take the CFast card here and plug it into URSA, it will just simply recognize it as a CFast card. What's the best way to mount it? Well, there's a lot of different options. The one I found the best for me is to just simply put a little bit of Velcro here, and then you can just stick it here to the battery, because it's more or less the same size as the battery. And since I always need this close to the battery to power the hard drive, it just makes it very easy. So let's do that right now quickly. Take this adhesive and just stick it there. Now you just take the battery and stick it to the hard drive here. And it's going to stay nice and strong. You can see I can even lift up the whole battery. So as you can see, it holds even the whole battery. So it's nice and sturdy, and this is a heavy battery. So now I'm just going to take my battery here and just stick it here to the back of the camera. And now that it's attached there, like I said, this cable, I'm going to plug it into the CFast. So it's in there. And now, you'll notice you have this cable. So obviously with this cable, you will never be able to like fully close the monitor. But I've worked like this when I was shooting a film in India, which was super dusty and hot weather for a month and a half, and it was never a problem working like this. And this cable is very sturdy, so even if you close this really hard, it's not gonna pinch or damage this cable. And then, like I said, our power cable we have here, you can plug it into this. Now it's being powered. You can see the little light. And now if I turn on my camera, you'll see that it's going to be recognizing the hard drive or the CFast card. So there it is, and you can see that it says, slot number 2, there's no card. Slot number 1, there it just says format, because it's a new hard drive, so I have to format it. So let me just click that, go format card 1. Yep. And now that it's been formatted, you can see it shows us that we have 168 minutes we can record. Now let's see what setting that's in. So that's in ProRes. So let me go to RAW 4.6K. And for example, I was usually recording in 4:1. So 4:1, let's see how much we have now. So it says I have 60 minutes to record in RAW, 4.6K. Now, if I do obviously slow motion, it's going to be less, because that usually takes up more space. So if I go off speed and go to 60 frames per second, then you see I got 24 minutes of actual recording time, which will still result in around 60 minutes of footage. And if I hit record, just to show you, it does work. It records, and it's, working with this is not a problem. Now, like I said, to power this, you will need a USB here connection. So let's say if your battery doesn't have a USB here, then you could get a little portable USB battery bank, and you could, I guess, Velcro that on the back of the hard drive or in front of it, and you can plug that into that. Another great way of powering this is by using the battery, but basically by using a battery plate that has actually 5-volt DC output. So I actually have this battery plate from LanParte. You'll notice my battery plate has different connections here, and has one here that says 5 volts. So I can just plug a cable into there, and this battery plate actually comes with different cables, and it comes with this DC cable. So I can plug that into there. And then the other end, I can just plug it in straight to the battery here, to the hard drive. As you'll see, it powers it, and that also works. So that's actually what I end up using, just because I had that. So this way, even if I had a battery that did not have a USB connection, I was able to power it. So I think that's a great thing about using this LanParte battery plate. Now, another little tip I'll give you is, for example, let's say you can only afford to buy one of these hard drive enclosures, but let's say you have multiple SSDs that you want to use. You can still use this, and you can kind of make it so that you can quickly exchange the hard drive. So the way I did it is actually, that's what I did when I was working on that film in India, is because I just didn't have time to get 2 of these. I only had 1. So I put a little Velcro here, basically just like that. So I could kind of Velcro it, close it, and this way, the hard drive didn't fall out. But I didn't put any screws here on the corners, so that if I ever wanted to, I could just take this out. This thing slides right out, and I can lift it up. I can grab the hard drive, and then plug in another hard drive, close this, Velcro over, and there. So this way I could easily and quickly swap out the hard drives, and using just one enclosure. So you can also do that. And this thing, it's been through hell with me in India. I said I've dropped it, I've really abused it, and it still works great. So definitely you can do that. And like I said, you don't even have to buy multiple hard drive enclosures. But if you want to have it there and kind of just put the screws in there and have it, kind of stay with you, so you don't have to exchange it, then you can do that too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and you no longer need to spend a ton of money on these things, or at least not until they drop in price. Anyways, as always, if you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe and you turn on the notifications so you're notified each time I have a new video. Also, go to my website and follow my newsletter. If you follow my newsletter, you'll get some cool downloads for free from me, but also you're going to be notified of any little new things or hacks or cool tutorials that I have that I think other filmmakers will find useful. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.